Feel the body relaxing. Muscles nice and receptive. Just feel this excitement to be here. Good things are going to happen. So as we're here, imagine you're like a hot air balloon. The first thing we have to do is inflate your body. So really let the next couple of breaths be super deep, super full. Huge, huge, huge inhales. Long, relaxed exhales. And try to imagine the next breath is even deeper. A nice relaxed exhale. And just continue these deep breaths, inviting in a tremendous amount of oxygen, just like it takes a lot to fill up a hot air balloon. That hot air balloon is going to be the image that we're playing with today. So imagine as we journey through our class, this first step is to kind of just help the tight parts of our body to allow that flow of oxygen in. Sometimes you see special shape balloons that it's like one part of the fabric is folded over in such a way that it won't let the oxygen flow in that portion. So the very first portion of class, we're just imagining getting into some of those tight spots, let that air flow through. And as we continue to progress through, we'll start to allow some heat to go into our balloon until by our end Shavasana, it's like we've had takeoff and we're just getting to float up in the sky. So that's the little image you get to play with today. So to start us off with some of those good things that will remove some tightness, I want us to start taking the arms all the way to the back wall and begin to let the shoulders wiggle to the right. If you're in the first row, just watch out for neighbors on the second row. And wiggle to the left. Take it a couple of times, easing some tightness out of these shoulders and out of these ribs. These might be some of those spots where we tend to hold that tightness really deeply. Beautiful. So coming right back to the center. Let's start to bring our right knee into the chest. Hands hug around that knee, pull it in tight. Imagine kind of like that special shape balloon. Imagine this right leg right now is the spot that won't let the air go into it. So rather than kind of having a limp leg the whole time, we're taking this time here to really move the fabric around. Another breath right at this spot, maybe starting to circle out the toes. You're welcome to continue through the toes as you begin to kick leg up to sky, working into hamstring. So that area really trying to open up long. Creating space where there was previously just kind of tightness. And let's hook this right heel on the back and left side of the fabric. We're at the end by where the ears are. Once you've hooked it, slide the shin in. Let's ease into that hip. Hips are one of those notoriously tight spots where it's like it's resisting that flow of prana through it, that life force, like how the special shaped balloon might resist the air into a certain portion. You need to breathe here a few more rounds. One more huge inhale. A nice exhale. Right leg freeze out. Maybe give it another little hamstring moment before we drop it all the way down. Once it's released, left knee comes in. Give it a huge hug. Maybe doing a few of those ankle rolls. Leg up to sky when you're ready. Don't ever forget, these deep full breaths are so key to filling up our balloon. So one more huge inhale. Exhale, hook right heel to back, or sorry, left heel to back right. Slide the shin in. See how that left hip fabric fold is. Is it knotted up? Does it need more spaciousness? How can we breathe? Imagining that life force is traversing right through it. Another huge breath to pass in and out. Leg freeze out, maybe a huge stretch up to sky before we drop it all the way down. Beautiful. So from here, we're gonna head right into a nice little inversion. So kick the feet free off the front, hands grip up high. We're starting to sit up. The fabric that's behind us gets pushed down to about where our pants are. That pant line behind us. So then lean halfway back, hands grip back on. Last step to go to the inversion, wide legs as you tilt all the way back, and then ankles wrap. That wrap keeps us safe so we can let go and just dangle. Especially when there's a large number of people here, not everybody's gonna come out at the same time. Don't feel like you have to try to stay as long as anybody else. This is you listening to your body. And as you're listening to your body, I wanna give you some freedom to take movements that are gonna feel like they're helping your system. So I'm gonna give you some options. Some options are crunches. Sometimes our core just needs to be activated. Another option is a twist. One hand walks up to one side of the mat, the other hand to the other side of the mat. Sometimes I'll do a shoulder stretch, clasping hands behind my back, letting them drop open. Or I'll walk my hands all the way to the mirror side and then just let my shoulders relax down. Almost like a back bend doing that one. So many options we can play with. This is a chance for us to listen to our body and to move in ways that are helping our system out. I can tell already we've got a good inverting group, so this is going to be a fun group to have. Good. So if you're still wanting to hang a bit longer, I'm not going to rush you out. You've got about half or more of the class up. When you're up, just hook the elbows, let the shoulders come forward, floating child pose. Give your neck a couple of chances to just roll some tension out. Sitting upright. Let's bunch up fabric to front or side. Taking a nice spinal twist. Leave the left hand there, right in front of you. Right hand reaches to back wall or circles around the back side of the head. Up to you to spiral to the appropriate amount, but remember to lift up before you twist. Sometimes I see people trying to twist from a really hunched position. It's not quite as effective. Good. One more breath here in. Nice exhale. Let's release this half, bunch it up to the other. This time it's left arm that reaches to back wall or circles around the back side of the head. Remember, straighten up before you spiral around. One more inhale. Nice exhale. Bunch up to fabric to the side that faces you to me. So this half of the room will have to switch. The rest of you can stay. Walk your arms straight. The hip that just got lifted, swing that leg up and over. Get both of your heels inside. Let the legs straighten out. Try to keep the arms active, but press the legs nice and wide open. So we're gonna try to keep our legs super, super wide. It's natural for them to kind of press in. So this is gonna have to turn into a muscular wide because of where we're going here. What we're going to do is slide the right hand on the right leg, left hand reaches up to sky, inhale. Exhale, take that left elbow to the waist. Exhale. Then switch, so lean over to the left, right hand up and over, inhale. Exhale, right elbow to the waist. So this is like a balloon, just a huge chance to inflate, especially opening up the waist. Remember, the legs have to stay active so they don't fall in. So inhale one side, exhale back up. Inhale second side, exhale up. Take another 3 each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2, 1. Beautiful. Set the bottoms of feet together. It's like a little cobbler pose, like a cocoon. If it took a lot of muscular activation to keep the legs wide, use this as a chance to kind of release the core, sitting up tall. Back of head can rest backward or forehead forward. Huge breaths are still flowing for us. So to transition to a standing pose, manipulate the fabric so you've got your toes inside. Toes are peeking out. Doesn't matter if the fabric's necessarily even or not, try to just make them so that the very ends of where the feet are even. Got just about the equal amount of fabric covering each toe. And then keep the heels into the glutes like they are, but the knees lift up so they can pop out of the fabric. Like a little frog squat. I bunch the fabric up in front of me and come to a toe squat, sliding the toes right under my body. Make sure the knees are out if they're not. It'll keep you trapped inside if they're not out. Good, so pop the knees out, reach up high. And come to a toe squat, you got it. Head is free and shoulders should be free by this point. Good, reach the hands even higher. And then come all the way to stand, keep inner thighs squeezed together. Good. So we're gonna take a splits to mirror side. The shoulder that's closer to mirror comes around behind and then grab on. Your hips try to face the mirror. So from here, front leg goes forward, back leg goes back. If you keep the armpits on, that helps make it less muscle strength that has to hold you up. If you're super open with your legs and you want to go deeper, you can switch to inside grip. It's the front half that you grab onto, and then just sink nice and deep. Work. Take another breath in, out. And we're gonna transition to a pigeon pose from here. So drop onto kneel on the back knee. Once you're kneeling on the back knee, this front knee needs to swivel open like a pigeon pose. So open to the side. Once you've got the legs like this, all you have to do is just scoot the front leg forward, the back leg back. You're in pigeon pose. Keep the front knee inside. Good. If you're freeing out a shoulder for sleeping pigeon, it's the shoulder that's over the front toes. And just continue to lean forward. Good. Fill this space. Like maybe we found new spots where the balloon is kind of trying to fold the fabric over, so we're still unwinding it, still getting air into it. Take a beautiful inhale. Exhale. Now purposely rock your weight onto that front hip. Swivel the legs back open to that wide straddle where we began. Arms press the legs active wide. Good. You take all those steps to come back up and inside for the second side. So toes are set in the right spot if they're not there already. Heels slide into glutes. Pop the knees out of the fabric. That'll help us for the toe squat. So toes slip underneath us. We're balancing on the toes. Got it? It's okay. I think your knees are just still inside. That'll help you. So pop the knees out. There you go. You got it. Now just get your head and shoulder free. And there you are. Now reach up high. Use your leg strength to stand all the way up. Keep the inner thighs squeezed together. Good. Now it's the shoulder to the back wall that needs to swing around the back side. Grab on. Hip space to the back wall. And let yourself take the splits here. Remember, outside grip is kind of safer, easier. You won't go as far. Inside grip is only if you know you want to go a lot deeper. Give it a couple of good breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, lower to kneel on the back knee. The front knee swivels open, pigeon pose. Good. Front leg goes forward, back leg goes backward. And if you're taking sleeping pigeon, it's the shoulder that's closer to the front toes. That's the one that comes out. If you leave the other shoulder in, it's like a little seatbelt right across your chest. Breaths flowing through our body. Two more cycles of breath. We're trying to keep that balloon inflated. Finish that second cycle. Rock your weight onto the front hip for this side. Legs swivel back open. arm strength, press them wide. Take another good inhale. Good work. Exhale, feet start to free out of the fabric. We're gonna face our way back to the mirror, so bunch the fabric back up. The leg that's to the back wall is the one that needs to come up and over. Hips are a little bit off center, so just shift left, right, a couple of times. Okay, so vampire from here, fabric comes up and covers our shoulders. It's a complete safe covering, not too much excess. And then our elbows need to gather all the excess into our waist. So once you've gathered all the excess, then you can lay back. You need to take the excess down, so when feet step in, lift up the hips, and then straighten the legs to shift it down. From here, safe grip up high, left and right. Make sure shoulders are still covered. Feet hike up. Press into the fabric left and right to rise up. Come around if anybody needs my help. You're welcome. Yeah, isn't it better? Like before, you can do as long as you like, or come out if you're already ready. No pressure, no rush. It's all up to you, listening to your body. We're about at that half and half point. Don't feel rushed if you're still upside down. If you've been out for a while and you want to take a little shoulder stretch for me, let's take it like an eagle's pose. Our right elbow goes under the left elbow. Try to twist the palms around. And then as the elbows lift up, the shoulders try to press down. Sometimes I'll ease the neck left and right just to get some of that tightness out. Beautiful. Open up the arms. Let's circle the hands up and back. Up and forward. Now let's take left elbow under right. Elbows lift up, shoulders press down. If you're still upside down, take your last 2 or 3 breaths before you head out. If there's neck tightness, go ahead and let it go left and right, easy, smooth it out. One more breath here. Nice exhale. Let's take a couple of circles. If you're not out, make sure you're all the way out. Let's circle the hands up and back. Turn forward. Take 2 more of those. Make sure you're using your breath with it as well. It's like we're trying to continue to inflate our bodies. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good work. I'm gonna offer a fun little flip to get out. If you don't feel like you're safe and you don't want to today, don't worry, just come up and out like the normal way, just forward. With this flip, you have to keep a really tight grip on each side, left and right. I like to slide it in about where my hips are, where my shoulders are, or a little lower if you can. And the idea is try to use your core to go slowly. So toes come out. As you start to lean back, the toes lift up. Keep the tight grip and slowly. Like we're a little kid at the playground. Some more, some less graceful. Let's take our fabric under our shoulder blades. We're leaning back, and our feet need to be about under plumb line. So it's about that halfway point of the mat. So this one's helping us to continue to get some, starting to get some of the fire in our body. So with our inhales, we're reaching the arms back. Exhales, the arms come down, you bend the knees, you come all the way forward and straighten the legs to plank. So you keep the body straight rather than bowed forward. Good. Bend the knees, inhale back. Exhale forward. Good. Back. Exhale forward. We're doing good. Let's take another 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. Good. Leaning back. Pass the hands behind your back and just try to pull the arms as far away as you can. The head go left and right. Beautiful. Releasing. Walk the feet all the way back until you're standing up on your own. Free yourself with fabric. Fabric comes out in front. Good. We're taking right ankle heel area into the fabric. And slide up nice and high. Let's just check in with our hamstrings, see how they're doing. Start to sink some weight forward. Weight comes over standing leg. We're taking the arch of this right foot into the fabric. Gripping up high, we're gonna go for 5 pull-ups. Take an inhale, press. Exhale, come all the way up to stand. 5 and 4. Remember to breathe. 3, exhale. 2. This last one, we're gonna come all the way up and stay. This left knee comes forward like a flamingo. The goal is that we're gonna catch the left foot in the fabric as the right foot slides forward and down. Left foot catches, right foot to floor. Almost. Go ahead and just stand inside and catch your left foot and then swing around. I think the only difference you came behind instead of in front. Okay, if your armpits are still caught, go ahead and free them. Take a thumbs down grip over your shoulders. We're gonna take a nice little dancer's pose. So engage your elbows first, point the elbows to the mirror. Slide your hands right over shoulders. As we start to lean forward, kick the foot into the fabric to create a nice lift. Huge back bends like this are very warming for the body. So it's like we've got that fire going. Good. So coming back up. What we're gonna do is grip up high. We're using this foot that's in the fabric, so don't forget that you can use that. With this high grip, we're trying to push that left foot down, slide the right foot in, and come to kneel. Yes, strength of the legs. If you miss, yeah, you'll have to kind of play with both knees. One knee hopping in and then the other. It's kind of a funky thing, the knee has to go high to catch it. You can do it still. Good, yes, yes, you got it, yes. Okay, and then the knee just has to swing up really high to slide it. You'll have to. It's okay. Those that are here, you'll see on the second side. You'll see it. Okay. So grip here at your shoulders, tilt the knees down, and just take a little back bend. Just 2 or 3 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, come back up. Slide the hands up. Push both ankles into the fabric to try to lift us up to where our arms are. And try to reverse slowly if you can. That's hard. Left ankle in. Let's start that second side. Slide hands up high. Let's test out our hamstrings. If you go to weird angles, switch where your standing foot is. That will shift where you tilt it to. Breaths continuing to flow. We're doing good. Another inhale. Exhale. Weight of our body over standing legs. Let the arch of that left foot in. 5 pull-ups. I got this. I still have strength. Okay, exhale, go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. A bonus one to come up and stand. Flamingo with the right knee. Okay. Catching right ankle in the fabric. Left foot slips forward to drop down. Yeah. Catch right ankle. Yes, you got it. Good. Yes. Then just flip it past the knee. You got it. There you go. Okay. Free out armpits if they're not there. Thumbs down grip. Point the elbows directly to mirror. Let's start to lean forward, and then kick the foot into the fabric and back. Inhale. Back up. Okay, so if you got lost at all last time, try to watch. Gripping up high. Don't forget to push your foot into the fabric. That's what creates most of the lift. So I push into that until I can slip my other foot in and I kneel down. Almost, you turn it into a spot instead of just letting your toes be pointed. Yeah, point one and point the other. You got it, you got it. If you can't come in this way, come behind and kneel one knee in and then slip the other knee. Jump in with both. You can also try to jump in with both. Yep. When you're here though, grip about where shoulders are, tilt the knees forward, lean back. Yes, and then just flip it. You got it. Yay! We all made it second time. Good work. Good. One more inhale. Exhale. Let's ease our body up. Okay, last challenge on this side. We grip up high, both feet push into it to bring us up to our hands. We try to use that arch strength, going slow, slow, slow. You're like, it's all good, I got it. I made it to the ground, I'm safe still, we're good. Okay. So this next inversion will give your hands a break. Don't worry, we'll take it right into it. So what I want us to do is go to a nice inversion that keeps our hips open. So if you get halfway there and you're like, I don't know about this one, don't worry, I'll give you a different option that you can play with. But the idea is, just take it with me step by step. Right foot in, the back knee is behind, swiveled open. That's okay, it's up to you. You can choose a different one too. So as I grip up high, kind of like the pull-ups that we've been practicing, I lift up enough that the bottom of my other foot can slip in. And then your both knees are open behind. Good. Try to bring your pelvis right up to where the fabric is. Good. So one shoulder, and then the other needs to slip through. Keep a nice safe grip the whole time. Pelvis is still touching up to the fabric. So the last thing I would need to do to flip forward is get the fabric off of my hips. I like to do this from a thumbs down, I guess just like a grip under my armpits, and then a grip under my armpits, so it gives me two things to grip on. Higher is better because then your fingers won't get stuck. So then I push one side past my hip bone, push the other side past my hip bone, and then just straighten your arms to drop down and relax. Yeah, free up the fingers. If you feel like you're getting stuck on the way out, just wave your hand out. Don't panic, I'll be by to help. Just this hip opener here is really good though, so that's fine to stay. If you want my help to lower you down, I'm happy to help. Are you, yeah. What I'm gonna do is grab your shoulders. A different inversion is also fine, those that have nervous. And even if just that one, I love how it opens the hips too. If you pop up, give your head some time before you head out. Okay. No, that's okay, I'll help you. So slide as you continue to walk your hands up higher. Start to scoot. Yep. Your elbows are trying to squeeze in. Try to just don't feel like you have to squeeze in. Don't feel like, try to squeeze more out. That's it. So instead of in, try to squeeze out. I'm helping you, don't worry. Good. Pause for a moment for your head. Good. You got it. Now hands on the fabric. As you walk your hands up, bend elbows outside. Yep, you're there. Scoop your hips under. You got it. When you've come out, go ahead and take a stargazer. Just lean back, head is in the fabric. Sometimes from stargazer, I'll let one knee bend. I'll take a huge side lean to that side. And eventually straighten that leg. Over the other side. Awesome. You're still upside down and you just want to stay, that's fine. I'm going to move on shortly, so just know if you just want to hang, totally fine, but I'll be doing different things. Let's all give it wherever we're at, just another 3 breaths. Hands walk up. Keep on walking up, your hands up as you, yep, bend elbows up to the side, scoop your hips under you. You got it. Do this over here, almost there. Scoop your hips under you. You got it. Yep. Good. So if you just got up, literally take some time for your head, take a little recovery. If we've been up for a while, I'm going to show you where we're going next, so you feel free to just keep on leaning back for a little while. This one has a couple of spots where you could stop, so don't feel like you have to do the full thing if you're nervous or whatever. The idea is first straddle back inversion, so fabric across hip bones, 1 foot steps back, I lean into it, under plumb line, my knees go wide, I wrap my feet. So that's the first step, coming into this. And go ahead and stay out though so you can watch. So then from here, what I'm gonna do is try to get my hands above where my feet are, squeeze my knees into the middle, and then I'm gonna try to walk all the way up to this spot. We'll have bent knees today since there's a lot of us. So this would be the next stopping spot where you just practice coming back and hang into the inversion, and then practice coming back up. So that's a really good strengthening one if you're taking that version. If you're gonna stick with me, what we're gonna do is get both hands on the right pole, start to lean our weight to that right side. This right knee catches both parts of the fabric. And then I try to grab my other leg for a moment. And then I switch, grab my other hand to my other foot. And that'll be where we're headed, okay? So straddle back first. Fabric across sacrum. So not sitting bones, also not back. It's that kind of slight, like an inch lower than pant line. 1 foot steps back. Bend your knees to lean into it. Make sure you're under plumb line first so you don't swing like crazy. And then knees go wide, ankles wrap. So practicing the first part would be trying to reach up above where the feet are. Knees squeeze into the middle. Once you got the knees in the center, keep on walking the hands up. Into this true going on. Squeeze the knees into the middle. Yep, that's it. So this would be the first spot. It's really intense. So if you want to just keep on going up and down to practice that, that's fine. If we're going to this one, both hands grip on right pole. Slowly start to dive your shoulders to the right. Your right knee's going to catch both ends of the fabric. And then keep your right hand up. Left hand grabs your bottom toes. Good. Good. And then grip your left hand to left pull. Right hand grabs into the twist. Yep. Good. And then wind both legs, hanging back down again. Resetting for second side. Yep, both feet in. Okay, so if you're going to second side with me, you need to do a huge crunch, reach up above where the feet are. Bend the knees to the center. Walk the hands all the way up. Grabbing it to the left if you're with me. Yep, bend the knees, you got it. Good, so grabbing the left. Start to lean your shoulders to the left. The left knee is grabbing both. And then keep your left hand up. Right hand grabs that bottom foot. Good. When your grip is ready to switch, right hand grabs right. Take the twisted version. Good. And then from here, if you still want some inversion time, wrap both feet again, hang. You guys are awesome. Trying fun different things. Also exhausting our breath. That's good. That's that fire we're building. Heating up our hot air balloon. So we're about at that point. We've got the majority of the class up. If you're still hanging, that would be your last chance for an inversion. So just hang if that's what your body needs. Nothing wrong with that. If you just came out of the inversion, just lay back for a moment. Sometimes even a little back bend here is nice. Either the arms up or the arms just open as we continue to arch up and back. Keep that heart open. Good. If you've reached that point where you know your head is safe to be up, start to walk your feet back to stand up and out, free of your fabric's out in front of us. If you did that, but you might be a little twisted with your fabric, so you can unwind it. Let's just take some nice bonus stretches here, especially for hips. Those hips did a lot with that cobbler pose and the Vitruvian man. So what we're gonna do is step our right arch of the foot in. The right knee needs to be a little bit forward of the end of the fabric. And what I'm gonna do is kind of set up a standing pigeon pose. So my left hand grabs that right heel, slips it up to the point of comfort for my knee. So I personally can go level with the floor. Some people have to be tilted a little higher. Keep the knee past the fabric to lock it in place. And then it's just an easy grip left and right about where the shoulders are. It doesn't take much, just like 2 or 3 inches. Sinking forward gets us right into that hip. Mm-hmm. Coming back, slip the knee behind. Let's go back to another splits for a moment. Hands go up, let's lengthen forward. And we'll take a swinging switch to switch sides. You also have the option to just step this foot out, step the other foot in. Swinging switch keeps the leg locked. We'll just step one ankle in, the other ankle out. Good. Slide up to the arch of the foot. Get the knee past the front. Grab onto the heel, slip it up as high open as that knee will be happy with. Easy grip, 2 or 3 inches sink forward. Back, slip the heel forward. One last splits for this side. Good. Bringing out the foot. So here, we'll take it to our Shavasana. If you ever know like your head just needs to be back on the ground, that's okay. You can lay on the ground. Otherwise, that's going to be our floating Shavasana. Grab the front. Take about 5 grips of fabric to take us to the center. And then slip your hips in. Your body comfortable, head in, legs in. Options for the arms are X over the heart, arms by the side like a soldier, or elbows by the ears, arms dangling off the back. So wherever we are for our Shavasana, imagine we've completely filled up the balloon with air. We've done a lot of that fire. So now is the point where we have the takeoff. So as we're sitting here breathing deep and full, imagine you're just floating for the next couple of minutes. You're totally free, completely careless. Just feel what it is to be floating. Let the wind carry you whichever directions it wants to go right. Let's begin to take our inhales, our exhales. Start to take little movements, maybe stretching arms to the back, letting shoulders go left and right. Sometimes I'll take a fetal position, keeping the body long, but I stack one hip on top of the other hip. Pull into the side. From there, I can curl in like a tight little ball and arc the spine all the way back. Taking it almost like a cat-cow to help with the spine. I've done 2 or 3 to one side. I'll flip over, take 2 or 3 to the other side. I'm moving until the body feels like it's in a good balance. Only when you feel like you've achieved that balance, let's work our way back up to a seated place. Our hands together in front of the heart. Connect one more time with our little intention, this hot air balloon sensation. So imagine this freedom we've discovered with the takeoff. Not only is there freedom that you don't have to take the paths that are on the ground, driven a million times before. You have this freedom to get up and just go to another place. The freedom to not necessarily have to decide to let the wind take your direction sometimes. Sometimes we have to have every little aspect of our life controlled. But also just this overall freedom to be away from the ground, away from all the worries. So with all these kinds of freedom to help us on, let's wrap up the time that we shared together with the sound of Om. Take a deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.
Namaste.